This is the Patriot.
Hey, this is Skylar.
My name's the Devil's Rejects.
I'm the big-time wrestling heavyweight champion, Flex Armstrong.
I'm the connected
Rusev Day every day.
It's Rusev Day every day.
Exactly.
And you're watching the Wrestling Kennection.
And you're watching Wrestling Connection.
And watch the Wrestling Kennection.
You're watching the Wrestling Connection.
I hear that women gain immortality from licking the feet of babies.
What? Say.
Be connected, get connected, and stay connected, brothers.
Allison.
Hello, Allison, and welcome to the
Be connected, get connected, stay connected.
Let's get the big of course, with the official presentation. Thank you.
Get connected, be evil, or die.
Moving on.
Be connected, get connected, stay connected.
And smile, you lovebirds. Welcome to episode 256 of the most must-see award-winning show to ever hit the Bedford TV airways, or any airways for that matter. North, south, east, west, backwards, frontwards, diagonally, sideways, any which way you look at it, spreading love and connection of wrestling all around the world. The wrestling, or say the Love Connection. I am your host, your connection to the wrestling world, the pontiff of the pro wrestling populace, Mr. Ken Hill, delivering all the news to you in professional wrestling today. And alongside me,
As always, the Wrestling Connection's inaugural World Wrestling Connection champion, the Breaker of Kens, the guy with a good date later, so we're going to be getting this show out on time pretty well. The consumer of wrestling knowledge, Dan Kaufman, is here as well to give to you our pay-per-preview view
of WWE's 2019 Elimination Chamber. And for those like myself, a solemn, happy Singles Awareness Day.
Yeah.
All right. So anyway,
There you go.
There you go. Can you feel the love? Can you feel it?
But today, as we said, we have the Elimination Chamber pay-per-preview coming up this Sunday.
All right. So we got a 7-match card too. So let's get right to it.
Absolutely.
Let's kick off with the Cruiserweight Championship
Absolutely.
match. We've got the Juggernaut, the Cruiserweight Champion Buddy Murphy, going up against the power of Akira Tozawa. I'm sorry. That's like the one good. If there's one good thing Titus O'Neil can take credit for in his career, is that he gave Tozawa a killer catchphrase.
Absolutely. Great stuff. Power of Tozawa.
All right, and a lot of people are underrating Tozawa here, but you have to remember the last time Tozawa went up against a seemingly indomitable Cruiserweight champion,
He was the first person to actually defeat Neville.
unseat the king of the Cruiserweights.
Unfortunately, it didn't last more than a week. So
A cup of coffee.
Yeah.
But anyway, it does lend credence to the fact that Tozawa is the underdog going into this match, going up against the juggernaut of the Cruiserweight division.
So the question is, can Tozawa go 2 for 2?
And I say no.
Yeah.
No, sorry, Tozawa, not this time around.
Murphy's Law, man.
Murphy's cruising into WrestleMania as Cruiserweight
Absolutely.
champion.
The way
No
the way I see it,
And
Tozawa's going to have to deal with the Murphy's Law, that anything that will go wrong for Tozawa will go wrong for Tozawa.
All right, so you know what? Let's get this out of the way. Lock, I'm getting this out of the way. Cruiserweight Championship match. I think one of the easiest ones to call.
That's
Tozawa's not taking it.
Yeah, I could definitely say that.
Okay.
All right, so next up, let's go for one of the only non-title matches on the card.
We're talking about a no disqualification match.
Very true.
The monster among men, Braun Strowman. That's getting better, isn't it?
Yeah.
Versus. Oh, sorry, Baron Corbin. Sorry.
So while this seems
about
like
that.
a pretty cut and dry match, even though it's no DQ, let's not forget Drew McIntyre does not have a match on this card.
Yeah, and there's always Lashley lurking around too. You never know, even though he's got a match with Balor later.
Although it might lead to some interesting stuff and let it down.
It is, but come on, you can't give Corbin a win against Strowman. No.
Strowman's already struggling.
I mean, straight match or
The entire reason why he's not going up against Lesnar again is the fact they didn't want him to lose again. But which means they still want him to look dominant.
So who are you going to feed him to? Probably one of the most despised guys on the roster right now, Baron Corbin.
Yeah,
so
they're literally going to be running Corbin down to the ground as the proxy for all the hate for the previous general manager era.
Even though we all know who actually blamed for that. So sorry. Well, no, actually, no, not sorry, Corbin. going with Strowman on this one.
Corbin, you like to be hated, so here you go.
There you go. Yeah, Braun Strowman all the way through.
But we're talking about McMahon's, aren't we?
We're talking about McMahon's, and unfortunately, we have to mention the best tag team in the world, McMiz. Well, okay, I guess they could have gone a lot worse with that, but
Hey, I still think Mizomac sounded better, but
Mizomatic. All right.
But here's the thing: they're going up against the Usos.
I mean, this one's a double-edged sword, because on the one hand, if you have Shane and Miz, that means they have to be the ones to defend the tag titles on WWE's biggest stage. And you're having a makeshift tag team, a schmaltzy makeshift tag team, defend tag titles on the big stage. That's not the best foot you could be putting forward right there. So,
I mean, the way here's the thing: either Miz and Shane are going to go over and they're going to defend at Mania, or they're going to lose to the Usos and then they're going to feud at Mania, which is what we kind of all thought was going to happen anyway.
Well, no, we all initially thought Miz was going to be feuding with Daniel Bryan for the WWE title at this point. That's what I thought, and as soon as Daniel turned heel, my predictions just whoosh, out the window. Because, I mean, let's face facts. We've seen Miz in a babyface role, and I'm sorry, it just does not work.
Yeah, they kind of shot themselves in the foot with the whole wives feuding.
Yeah. So anyway, that said, if I gotta go on one side,
they might still have Fastlane.
Fastlane maybe, but I still gotta go with Usos.
Yeah, I do too. I feel that the Usos going into Mania as champs with a chance of actually winning on the main card as champions would be a real nice thing.
And the chance of the other teams on SmackDown getting some real big screen time.
Absolutely.
I mean, you know what? If you want a multi-team ladder match, okay, Usos,
This is supposed to be returning Luke Harper. Him and Eric Rowan could come back in.
You could have them. You have Cesaro and Sheamus. So you could throw a number of teams in the mix right here with Usos as champions. So I got to go with Usos.
Yeah, agreed. Right. This is not going to be.
I mean, Shane and Miz were never meant to be long-term champions in the first place.
Very true. So. I mean, Miz already got his thing where his dad's proud of him, and there you go. Now he can break him up without any worries.
Exactly. So, I mean, the question at that point will be, okay, who really is the heel coming out of that?
Yeah.
I mean, you would think, money would go for Miz turning on Shane.
Yeah, but I got a feeling that's not the case. I know we're worried about a babyface Shane, but babyface Miz, but they might pull it off.
Well, I mean, when they go with Miz in a Mick Foley role, kind of like being like the kiss up kind of babyface, going for the cheap plugs. That I think would be beneficial to Miz rather than the straight squeaky clean type.
Yeah. Hey, for all we know, he'll stay babyface for a few months and then turn heel immediately, like Elias.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, just to see if it works.
Hey, does it work? No, it didn't. All right.
Yeah, all right.
But speaking of, we talked about him before.
We're talking about Bobby Lashley in a very unique match, a handicap match for the Intercontinental title. Now, unlike most cases, it's the champion that has a tag team partner in a handicap match. It's Bobby Lashley and Lio Rush against Finn Balor, Lashley's title on the line. So now, to clear up any confusion, even if Leo is the one to somehow pin Finn, Lashley still retains the championship. This isn't a triple threat match.
That's unfortunate, honestly. I think it would have been far more interesting if Leo had that.
I mean, it's not unusual to have sort of like a proxy in this case, because we've seen like 6-man tag team matches where the WWE title is on the line.
Yeah, that's
where
true.
if any one of the defending champions partners gets pinned, the champion loses the title. Mm-hmm. So I mean, so it's not an unprecedented situation.
So the question for me here would be, if for any reason Bobby Lashley interferes with the Strowman-Corbin match, that will attract the ire of Strowman. Strowman could come in, destroy Lashley, leaves Leo alone for Finn to pin.
I could see that, or just destroy Leo.
Destroy Leo.
Because that's infinitely more fun sounding.
It is. You know, you can watch Leo go flying.
Leo is basically the oh god, who is that weirdo that Dean Ambrose kept supporting in 2017? I totally forgot.
Ah, Mr. Ellsworth.
Oh yeah, he's basically the James Ellsworth of 2019.
True, except he's far more athletic.
Oh, he's far more talented, but still extremely punchable and slammable and just about everything else.
Yep. I'd like to see Leo do a pose on the ground of being a hit in the center with a coup de grace.
All right, you might get the chance to see that, because I'm going with Balor to take this.
Yeah, I'm really feeling that Balor's going to take it and go into Mania with the belt.
I'd love to see that.
Absolutely.
I
mean, won't that be like the 3rd year in a row where Balor goes in with the IC belt?
I could see him and McIntyre mixing up for the IC title.
Absolutely. I think that's a great match.
All right, so I'm going with Balor. I think it's like the one title switch I'm predicting for.
I'm going with Balor, though I hear that there won't be any title changes except for the crowning, but we'll have to wait and see.
We'll see.
Rumors are just rumors.
Just rumors. And speaking of this one, I'm not buying the rumors going into this one for 1 second.
So yeah, you're talking about your lock on Buddy. No, this is my lock right here, Ronda.
Yeah, I can't. No. There's no. I mean,
at best, the only way Ruby would win is via disqualification. But you know what? They're not going to have Ronda's first loss be via disqualification.
On a fluke DQ victory.
Just one or two pay-per-views away from Mania.
Exactly. So I mean, the real story going into this is the fact that Becky has been removed by Mr. McMahon. Big shock. Spoiler alert. By Mr. McMahon out of WrestleMania event, suspended for 60 days, and instead we got Charlotte being inserted into the challenger slot for Ronda's Raw Women's Championship.
Yeah.
Now, despite what people may think, I was one of them initially. I wasn't a fan of the triple threat match. I'm a fan of how they did it. Okay, the fact is,
I'm a fan that she was inserted by being the McIntyre of this day and age for Vince, the chosen one,
the Golden Girl.
It's a good idea. It's absolutely good. I wish we didn't have to deal with McMahon.
I'm sorry that's an insult to Blanche. I'm sorry that's an insult to Blanche and the other ladies, but yeah, that's what she's been basically dubbed, the Golden Girl of WWE corporate.
You know what she's saying? Vince McMahon, thank you for being a friend.
Yeah. So I like how they did it. The one thing I do not like about this, everything surrounding this, is the fact that the McMahons are once again responsible for it.
Yeah.
And I know what people are going to say. Oh, well, they kind of had to be. Well, no, they didn't have to be.
If it continues down this path, this is going to be another McMahon in every corner.
It's going to be WrestleMania 2000 all over again. So I mean, what you're going to have Triple H in Becky's corner. You're going to have McMahon in Charlotte's corner. You're going to have Ronda. You're going to have Stephanie in Ronda's corner.
Already, we're seeing some glitches in the Matrix here.
Yeah. That last part does not compute for 1 second.
So for right now, though, Charlotte said Ronda's going to be in the crowd. Way I see it is Becky's going to show up in the crowd.
Jump
Charlotte. Going to stand tall. Ronda's going to seem distracted. Ruby's going to try and take advantage. Ronda's going to lock in the armbar, and then it's going to be a standoff in the ring. Ronda in the crowd. Becky.
Exactly.
It's just a good look before Mania.
Right. So, yeah. Sorry.
Sorry, Ruby.
Sorry.
You were added too late to be considered a contender.
Sorry, Ruby. I mean, she's made some good promos on.
She's good at promo
and social media, but
It's not enough to take down the baddest woman on the planet.
Not your time, Ruby. Not your time. All right.
Give it another year.
True. Okay, so now speaking of the woman, we're gonna have the crowning of the first, well, not necessarily first, but for a long time, the first ever WWE Women's Tag Team Champions.
So on Raw's side,
you got the Riot Squad. You got Tamina and Nia, aka the mild Samoans. You got the Boston Hug Connection. You got Bayley and Sasha Banks.
on SmackDown side, you got Fire and Desire, Sonya Deville and Mandy Rose. You got the Iconics, Billie Kay and Peyton Royce, and you have the Franken team of the Fabulous Glow, because of course that's how they decided to name it.
Naomi and Carmella.
Yeah.
So yes, another Franken team.
So I say first off, Franken team out. I don't see them getting far.
No, I mean.
So we're choosing the final two.
Final
right?
two. When we have you have 6 teams here. So of course, traditionally for previews, when you have elimination chamber matches, we pick the top 2 teams. First team we pick, if they win, gets 2 points. Second team we pick, they win, gets 1 point. All right. So for this one, that's the tricky thing. The first team I have to pick, just based on the rumors surrounding Sasha's injury. I'm gonna go with Nia and Tamina, not necessarily because I like them, but because I feel like Sasha and Bayley could better benefit from chasing the tag champions rather than just winning outright right here. All right, so I'm gonna go with Nia and Tamina for my first pick. For my second pick, on SmackDown side, I gotta go with the Iconics. I gotta think a heel team would benefit more from winning here than have a face team chase them into WrestleMania. So, hedging my bets here: one from Raw, one from SmackDown.
All right. So I'm going to say Nia and Tamina also, but my second pick is going to be Bayley and Banks. I feel they're going to have them probably start in early, and maybe Sasha gets taken out outside the ring so she can't get pinned, and Bayley has to cover for most of the match, and then eventually they'll get destroyed by the Samoan submission sorority, blah blah blah.
The triple S's.
Triple S's.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Mild Samoan just comes off the tongue so much better.
I could see that. But yeah, we both think that Tamina and Nia are going to be taking this. Just because, if it weren't for the fact that Banks was injured, then then we would have thought that would have been number one.
That's a little fly in the ointment right here. Is that, if they were 100%, oh yeah, no doubt, they'd be the sentimental favorites.
Oh, absolutely.
But I think they would be even bigger sentimental favorites, chasing the titles into WrestleMania and coming out on top.
Mm-hmm. I can imagine Tamina and Nia not only winning the belts, but then just choosing their opponents to be squash matches all the way to Mania.
Wouldn't it be even more fun if they were squashing like male jobbers instead of female jobbers?
Hey, maybe they'll ask. Oh no, their first opponent's Ryder and Hawkins.
Oh, no, come on. You gotta save those two for the revival at WrestleMania. Come on, they gotta have their WrestleMania.
Oh, that'd be amazing if that's. Because honestly, if that's their opponent at Mania, we're going to say Hawkins and Ryder because.
No, but they need to come out to middle of it now. In the middle of it now, because I love that theme song when they were a tag team.
That'd be great. All right.
All right. So anyway, moving on to the other Elimination Chamber match. Oh boy.
This is the match everyone's looking forward to, especially after the Gauntlet match.
The Gauntlet match, where Kofi was basically in the Mustafa Ali role, where Mustafa was going to be.
Which is a shame that Mustafa had to lose it.
Because Kofi had an amazing run.
He lasted almost as long as Seth Rollins did in the year prior.
Actually, no, he lasted longer.
Really? I thought it was a little... Wow.
No, Rollins wrestled, I believe, for about 50 minutes. Kofi wrestled for over 60 minutes.
Wow.
That's unbelievable.
Especially, he's been there for over a decade.
And more than half of that was wrestling Bryan.
Yeah.
The new Daniel Bryan, who basically beat Kofi half to death, and somehow Kofi pulled off the win.
How long has it been since we've honestly seen a Trouble in Paradise win him a singles match?
It's been a while. It has been
even longer since an SOS for Jeff Hardy.
Exactly. So I mean, Kofi beat Bryan. He beat Hardy.
He beat Joe in a
beat
surprise
Joe.
roll-up.
A surprise Bret
Bret
Hart
Hart.
like roll-up. I mean, he put in a valiant effort against a fresh AJ Styles, and then Styles was ready and geared up for Orton, and then of course Orton RKO out of nowhere. And so Orton will be gaining the last entry into the Elimination Chamber match, so which gives him huge advantage. Now here's the thing. Obviously, my first pick, just because I can't see him losing at this point, is Daniel Bryan.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't bet against him. I think it's better. Like, it's always better to have a heel champion going into WrestleMania.
There's too many advantages for him right now.
Exactly. Yeah, there's too much going against him for him not to squeak one out here. And like we were saying, he has Rowan, but obviously Rowan's going to be on the outside. How is he going to get involved? That's why you and I were thinking about this. That's why I think Harper is going to return. I mean, let's face facts. You really can't have Rowan without Harper.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, you can.
Well,
It's not as exciting
You could,
without
but
him.
he's not nearly as exciting.
Yeah, Harper's not the fan favorite. Rowan is. I mean, Rowan's not. Rowan is not the fan favorite. Harper is.
There you go. All right, so yeah, I have a feeling Harper is going to rear his bearded, ugly bearded,
Gorgeous
head.
locks.
Yeah, that's what you want to call it. Okay. Anyway, so yeah, I think Harper is
You know
going
what?
to make his presence known here.
He's going to appear in the middle of the ring out of nowhere as if it's eyes on the inside.
I would. Man, I always thought that was spooky when he came up to that.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so no, I think so. I'm going with Bryan as my first pick here. Second pick, and you know what? You know what? I was going to say Orton, but you know what I'm going to say? I'm going to say Kofi. I'm going to say Kofi's going to come within an eyelash of winning the title. Everyone's pulling for him. He's the sentimental favorite. I think he's going to come that close. I mean, people are thinking, oh, give him the golden watch reign. He's been here for over 11 years. Let him have it for like a few days. No. Okay, no. Because here's the thing. You have to remember, the rematch thing is out the window. If Bryan loses, it's not like he can just rematch 2 days later and win it back. Okay, that throws up. It throws off the whole thing, and it makes the automatic rematch thing completely and utterly pointless.
You know what would be really cool? WrestleMania, Fatal 4-Way, Daniel Bryan, Kofi Kingston, Xavier Woods, and Big E.
Oh my God! Oh yeah, there's the true test of the new day. Do they honestly believe that all for one and one for all? There's your ultimate test right there.
Or this could lead to you mentioned it before, a 6-way tag. Anyone who gets pinned on the defending side loses the belt.
New Day versus Green Day. Harper, Rowan, and Bryan. I'd love to see that at Fastlane.
That'd be great.
All right. So you know what? Like I said, Bryan first pick, Kofi second pick. You know who I'd love to see Kofi eliminate before facing Bryan? Orton. Just because it would just continue the trend of Kingston somehow getting the edge up on Orton.
It'd be great for continuity too, considering the last time he had a significant singles push, he got deflated because of a certain
idiot, stupid. Gosh. Okay.
You know what?
All right, add it. Okay, Napoleon Dynamite. Add to the list. Okay.
All right, you know what? Out of respect for the fact that you came up with that and it seems like a brilliant decision, I'm not only, as I say, I agree with you, but I'm gonna let you keep that because I feel that you deserve to have that one on your own. So I agree, Daniel Bryan is number one, but number two, it seems just AJ Styles. To keep the feud running and just
end. Default number two. No, I can't fault you for that one.
But the way from what I hear, it's going to be Styles and Orton at Mania. Mustafa Ali, when he comes back from injury, will take on Samoa Joe. Jeff Hardy will probably be in the Battle Royal. We'll probably meeting a returning Matt, which leaves Daniel open, and I think the New Day that'd be really cool.
It's too good. It's too good not to pull off.
Yeah.
That's why WWE probably won't do it. But you know what?
We talk ourselves into such good ideas.
yeah, it's a wonder we come up with such good ideas. Isn't it? Isn't it creative? Isn't it? Anyway, yeah. Okay, so I got Brian number 1, Kofi number 2.
I got Brian number 1, AJ number 2.
All right, so now the match time.
Yeah,
Ooh.
this is considering how close we are with a lot of these.
The chamber. So I'm guessing we have to go with the chamber match because there's very little chance that's not going to be the.
Yeah, for the belt.
Yeah.
Considering the fact more than likely if Harper does return, that means that he'll stand tall, and that's how they'd want to have it go out on.
Right. So, jeez. I mean, chamber matches do tend to go a long time.
Yeah.
That's the tricky part, trying to like lock down.
Well, that's one of the reasons why there's so few matches.
All right. So, since you're the inaugural, reigning, defending, undisputed World Wrestling Connection champion, you go first.
All right, fine.
Set the pace.
Okay.
And I'll try and keep up.
Well, considering the fact that I feel RKO out of nowhere will probably eliminate 1 or 2 people in relative quickness, I'd imagine the match is probably gonna go, say, 37 minutes and 15 seconds.
I'm going to go a little higher than that. I'm going to pick... I'm not too much higher. I'm going to go 40 minutes, 30 seconds.
Okay.
Just as I do see that happening, but I imagine, Kofi, like you said, Kofi's going to be in it for the long haul. Mm. So I imagine he's going to give a lot of superstars fits in the match. Upon review,
don't you think they'd love to have a Kofi high spot to get caught by an RKO?
Oh my God. Like him crawling up the cage like John Morrison.
Doing the John Morrison spider crawl into an RKO.
Oh my God, that would be nasty.
Oh.
So basically trying to avenge what they tried to do at Hell in a Cell with Jeff and Orton.
Yeah.
Oh God, yeah. I could.
That's
that's very plausible.
And
that's
unlike Jeff, I would imagine Kofi's healthy enough to take it properly.
It's just watching him take it. It's gonna... Kofi's an underrated bumper.
Very true. He was one of those few who does the full body flip for certain moves.
I still remember one Royal Rumble. I can't remember exactly which one it was, where he climbed up, like basically he was perched on the post, like the actual ring post, the LED post, like a monkey. And then Corbin tried to push him off, and he falls, and he basically falls chest first right on the post. Like, I still couldn't believe he had the temerity, the wherewithal to actually hang on after that.
Wow.
I was like, how did that not? Well, his chest was already caved in. So I mean, maybe that's how it worked. All right. So yeah, okay. So my match time, 40 minutes, 30 seconds. Your match time,
37 minutes and like 15 seconds.
15 seconds. All right. So you know what? It's all in. The locks are in. The picks are in. The match times are in. Elimination Chamber. Now remember. The title is not on the line here.
Nope, it will help you to get the belt at Mania.
Your pressure.
Your points, you're either increase your own score or decrease in others.
Yeah, Goldie 2.0 is on the line, so you can rest easy, but Blackheart wannabe. All right, so anyway, like I said, so whoever wins gets to determine whether they themselves get an advantage with a +1 handicap or get to inflict a -1 handicap on the user. So it'll be very intriguing to see how. Yeah. Yeah. So anyway, Elimination Chamber pay-per-view coming up. Coverage will start at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time this Sunday night, February 17th. All the coverage provided by yours truly on thewrestlingconnection.com. Go to the pay-per-preview section, and you'll see Elimination Chamber 2019 live coverage. Just click on that, and remember to update and reconnect for updates.
Very true.
All right. So anyway, that brings us to the end of episode 256 of the Wrestling Connection. Before we sign off, a very auspicious occasion. You notice I'm wearing my traditional Lucky Red shirt. This was a shirt I wore on the very first episode of the Wrestling Connection, because this is officially the 5th anniversary of the Wrestling Connection. And what a way we've come.
All right. Happy anniversary. Many more to come.
Thank you. And of course, we can't have an anniversary edition of the Wrestling Connection without, or Valentine's Day, without a little bit of the Love Connection.
So, Ken, ooh, that's a little loud. So I know we're not on camera, but we do have love questions we want to ask you.
Sure.
Bring 'em on.
Let's get the, where's that love background? There we go. All right, well, the first one is from me. For both of you, you can each answer this differently. What wrestling move is the most romantic?
The most romantic.
Bear hug.
Oh, dang it. We think too much alike. Man, oh, well, you took the best one. Dang
You
it.
can take the abdominal stretch. The octopus hold.
Yeah. God. Okay.
The Black Widow.
Ooh, the Black Widow.
Or Viscera's splash.
Mine is the super ultra suplex.
The super ultra suplex.
Oh, I'd love to see how you pull that one off.
I would say you probably you're on the turnbuckle, you have the suplex position, you jump onto a ladder and then do a suplex.
Or you know what? The rear naked choke.
Rear naked choke. All right. Any other questions?
So, my boyfriend hates wrestling. Like, he can't even spell wrestling. What do I get him for Valentine's Day? Please help.
All right. So if a person does not like wrestling, what you need to get him is the best of
The best of the Wrestling Connection.
the best of Wrestling Connection.
No. Well, I mean,
let's see. Does your boyfriend like abs?
No.
Okay.
He doesn't like good physique?
Well, good. He'll like the show.
Wow. All right.
Hey, that's as much a shot of me as it is at you.
All right. If you want to get him something to get him into wrestling, you got to pick something based on his personality. If he okay, you know what?
Well,
no one hates The Rock. Get him the best of The Rock. Rock promos from WWE.
I know my ex loved The Rock.
There you go.
Well, in the same vein, kind of. I mean, you say he doesn't like wrestling. I mean, if you have you taken him to a wrestling event?
Oh, that's a fair one. Take him to an indie event, one where the wrestlers are much closer and they'll actually talk with the, my first indie event, I have proven heckle the wrestler, they will heckle you back. Absolutely.
So just have your boyfriends heckle the wrestlers, and you know what? Audience involvement. There you go.
Audience involvement, absolutely. Ask one of them to flex for your boyfriend.
So you know what? I mean, if he finds out he actually does like it, bully for you. Now you got something else in common.
There you go.
If he doesn't, you know what? Hey, you try to get him involved in your world. You try to get him involved in your hobbies. Worst comes to worst, explore other avenues, explore other hobbies, other shared hobbies, other shared interests. It'll be a good icebreaker for you.
Yeah. Maybe they'll like Ronda Rousey and Brock Lesnar. Now you know he's into MMA.
And the good thing is, Lesnar only shows.
We have another question that just came in on our
right.
comments. My girlfriend loves horses, and if it wasn't for me, she'd probably be dating a horse. What do I get for her? Is a pony too far-fetched?
This is a PG show, man. Come on. Try to get us kicked
Is
off.
a pony too far-fetched?
Oh man.
I would say no. And there's the horse again.
They are the horses. Okay. Anyway, dance break. Anyway, okay. So, I mean, it depends. Like, I mean, are you?
If you're willing to spend that money.
Are you moderately wealthy?
Yeah.
All right. Well, for me, I look at a practical sense. Make sure that they could take care of the animal first, because the last thing you want is a sickly or dead animal as a gift.
Or a sickly or dead boyfriend from pulling too many midnight shifts at the gas station.
Fair. That's very true.
Okay, I have a question.
Sure, go for it.
Go for it,
So,
kid.
if you could pick one wrestler to go out on a fancy date to Red Heat with, who would you pick and what would you have for dessert?
Well, first of all, I appreciate the subtlety of our not sponsor, Bedford TV's not sponsor, Red Heat.
Thank you, Red Heat, every month for giving us a gift card for our volunteers.
Absolutely. Yeah. So,
Anyway,
for Red Heat, straight fire.
personally, I prefer the skillet cookie. I mean something that it's big. It comes with ice cream,
and that'll be the dessert for?
that'd be the dessert for me and you know just because Bailey.
Bailey. All right. Well, if you're going to go Red Heat, straight fire, Becky Lynch. Absolutely. I'd love to just go.
Straight fire barbecue.
And what better way to give straight fire than ice cream?
Oh, that straight fire is gonna melt right through the ice cream.
Well, it'll go well with their quinoa.
Okay.
All right, that's all we have for questions.
All right.
well,
Thank you very much.
Well,
That
thank
was
you
a lot of fun.
Thank you very much for this impromptu edition, and impromptu return edition of the Love Connection. All right, but in the meantime, like I said, this Sunday, Elimination Chamber 2019 on the Wrestling Connection website. Head to the pay-per-preview section. Catch all the live coverage, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Sunday, February 17th. All right, but in the meantime, for Dan Kaufman and everyone here at the Wrestling Connection and Bedford TV, we want to wish you a safe and happy Valentine's Day to you and all of your loved ones. Remember to be safe, and remember, ladies, I'm single. And anyway,
And as always, everybody, remember,
be connected, get connected, stay connected.
Kermit, save us.
Please.
Kermit, do your thing.
Heard it too many times to ignore it. It's some things that I'm supposed to be. Someday we'll find it. The Wrestling Connection. The lovers, the dreamers, and me. La da da dee da da doo. Da 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 dee da doo.
Explosion.